I was a true townie until I married Steve. So yeah, I had to prove myself. Well, I felt I had to prove myself to my in-laws and to Steve that I could do this job.
Meet Cherry Blyde, farmer, former Black Fern, mother of Black Fern Sevens legend Michaela Blyde, and the first female president of the Taranaki Rugby Football Union. Cherry is one woman who isn't afraid of a challenge.
Yeah, the hard yards, I know when we first went farming we were getting up at about 4:30, 4:45, and yeah, for a townie that's like, oh my God, but you get used to it, and then you just, you've got things that have to be done, and then obviously once you bring children into the equation, you've got to manage your time well, and you've got to have things organised. I remember I'd have the breakfast table set when we'd go to bed. So, you'd come in the morning after milking and the breakfast table would be set so the kids could have their breakfast, and yeah, you do things. You don't second guess yourself, you just do it.
And that can-do attitude has filtered through into other areas of Cherry's life. At a time when women's rugby was rare and often thought of as a bit of a laugh, a chance phone call set her on a path she's still walking today.
I was predominantly a netball player, netball and athletics I was, and everyone knows the story. I missed out on the Taranaki netball side one year, and the Clifton coach at the time, Peter White, gave me a ring and said, come and have a run around on next Sunday, and I did, and yeah, that was me. I was hooked, loved it. The rugby was the release, I think. Yeah, no, way back when I started, back in '89, Vicky Dombrowski from Clifton, she was pursuing, obviously, women being able to play rugby. I would think she would probably be one of the pioneers here in Taranaki in getting it started. And when I started, there were 5 club sites. And yeah, it was great. Everyone had a full side, and yeah, we obviously had to break down a few barriers in regards to the old white men and the boards. No, women don't play this game, but I think eventually everyone sort of worked out that, well, hang on a minute, yes, they can play this game and play it well.
It wasn't long before Cherry found herself representing New Zealand after making the Black Ferns.
Here's a letter from the Taranaki Rugby Football Union from the legendary Sue Mitchell. Dear Cherry, on behalf of the Taranaki Rugby Football Union, I wish to offer congratulations on your selection in the New Zealand women's rugby team for this season. I know you will represent our province with pride, and on behalf of all rugby followers, I wish you well in all your future rugby endeavours. Yours sincerely, Sue Mitchell, Secretary. Isn't that priceless?
And McIntosh. Good run here from Cherry Blyde.
I just loved it. I liked probably the freedom, being obviously a sprinter. I liked the freedom to be able to go, and I did like the physicality side of it, and just loved the team environment. I can't quite put my finger on it why when you compare it to other sports, but yeah, the rugby just does seem to have a wonderful culture. Yeah. If you compare it to netball, when someone scores a try or gets a turnover, everyone can celebrate at that time. Whereas in netball, if someone gets a great intercept or you score a long range goal, you can't go and hug each other. It's just like you just carry on, and I think that probably helps. You can congratulate each other during the game and celebrate those wins at the same time.
Another Blyde celebrating those wins is Cherry's daughter and 7-star Michaela.
Extremely proud of what Michaela's done. Obviously, yeah, from a 16-year-old, she's had to work her way into the team, which is good. I think, for some people, it's an easy ride. For Michaela, it wasn't an easy ride, but she is a hard-working girl, and she will go and do whatever her coach says she needs to work on, she will go and do those work-ons. There's a lot of outstanding female athletes in the world, regardless of what sport it is they're playing. So yeah, I think we're all putting our hands up now and saying, hey, you know, look at me, it's just not about you blokes anymore.
And put her hand up she did, with Cherry recently becoming Taranaki Rugby's first female president since it was founded 136 years ago.
So when I first got approached, I laughed. I was like, what? No. It's very exciting. It's, you know, especially to be the first female in 136 years. And I am very confident that it won't take another 136 years for there to be another female in the same role. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have Cherry as our first president. We're very proud of her. And yeah, I've known Cherry and her family for a long time. So yeah, it's really nice. We've had a previous relationship through sport with our children growing up and things like that. So I think we're very lucky to have someone like Cherry as our president.
I had a lot of parents come up to me and say, oh, I didn't want my little girl to be playing the rugby, but she loves it and she's so good at it. And you know, that's great to hear. That's wonderful. And you know, if we can get more people realising that, and it is girls against girls too, you know, I think there's a lot of people that go, oh, girls playing rugby, but yeah, it is girls against girls, so there's your even playing field straight away. And yeah, you get the parents on the sideline, and you know, I've had parents come up to me as well and say, oh, I hope my daughter gets to be able to do what your daughter's done. So, you know, that gives you the warm fuzzies, you know, to think that we're doing that. Yeah. Because I think rugby has and always will be seen as a male-dominated sport. Yeah, when the girls are out there doing it, and they think to themselves, oh, I can do this, and you know, I can get up and I can catch a ball and I can run through, and yeah, it just gives you a lot of confidence to think, I'm strong, you know, I'm good, I can. Yeah.
Cherry's appointment is a positive step for diversity, but that's not where it ends, as a number of women take up leadership roles within Taranaki Rugby.
I think it's very important to have diversity, not only in rugby, but it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, what business you're in. And I think, you know, the boards, committees, your staff, you know, success looks good, well, looks successful when you've got people that are reflective of your society working for your business or in governance, roles of governance. So yeah, I think it's really important. It's good to see it's front and centre. But
diversity isn't the only change happening in rugby. Even the showers are adapting to the times.
Eden Park have just done a big refab, and I mean, like, even blokes now, I know there'd be a lot of men out there saying, oh, you know, that's not how we shower, but there's a lot of boys or blokes that still shower in their undies now, you know, whereas, yeah, so I think they would be actually enjoying the separated showers as well. Whereas in my husband's day, and I know in our day too, we just stripped off and you jumped in there and no one cared, but yeah. I think it's probably a little bit different now.
She's got a great personality, she knows rugby, and I just think that she's got a really good understanding of the business, the environment we live in, Taranaki as a province and everything else. So I think she's a really well-rounded person to be our president, and has a really good understanding of not only rugby but also the local community.
With a busy season ahead, Cherry has plenty to look forward to.
We've got the Com Games coming up in July for sevens, then we've got the World Cup for sevens in South Africa, and then here in October, November, we've got the World Cup for 15s for the women, and I mean, get behind it, it's just wonderful. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, very exciting. Our Black Ferns are going to do very well.
From that first taste of rugby on the Clifton Fields to the boardrooms as Taranaki president, Cherry Blyde may be the first woman to hold the role, but you can bet she won't be the last.
With 136 years, it has been, you know, predominantly male-dominated environment. The pathways that are there now, whether you're male or female, hopefully there's other women out there that enjoy the game, that think that, oh well, if she can do it, I can do it. Yeah.
Andy Jackson, Local Focus.